Hi everyone, this is Ida with Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. I do have a project share today, and whoops, sorry guys, sorry. I have I have been working on some embellishments to go in the book that I created using the Nicole Silhouette dies as my base on the outside, and the first, if you guys are following along with me, I will try and share what I create, and we'll go page by page, unless it's something that I already created, and you don't really need to see that because I've already have a video up for that. Everything else I will share. So I'm going to go to the first page of my book. And what I created for my first page in my book are sentiments that are already put together. They already have dimension. They're already decorated. You don't have to even think about it. Just grab one and adhere to, whether you're making a card, whether you're making a tag, whether you're making a mini album. It doesn't matter, or some kind of pouch or tote. It doesn't matter what you're creating. You can just add those to it. But one thing I have been playing with, and I'm going to share that with you. I admire, there's one lady that I really like to watch her work, and she did join one of my swaps, and that is Monica, who is scrapping for my boys. And I love the way she layers the dies, even though they're just layering dies, how she coordinates different colors, different levels, and then she had, incorporates metals, and I love the way her tags look. So she's one of the reasons why I bought this die set that is by Sue Wilson. And let me see what it's called. There is the item number right there if you are interested in this die. And then let me flip it around. That's what it looks like. And it took a while to come in for some reason. There is the item number again. It does come with 5 dies. And it's by Creative Expressions. And of course, this is not from the US. I think it's from the UK somewhere. And anyway, this does have 5 dies. And this is supposed to be a tag die. But if you notice something different about this die, it has the slot up here and a slot at the bottom, which makes it very versatile. There's so many things you can do with it, not just a tag. So I'm going to share with you what I created using that die as my main project, should I say, or what is going to hold my sentiments. So I created these tags, and I didn't put a sentiment on them because I'm going to do several sentiments. I'm going to do this first page, front and back, is going to be sentiments, and hopefully with colors that coordinate, and she'll be able to pick and choose. The recipient will be able to pick and choose whatever they want to, whatever sentiment they want to add to it. But these are what they look like already cut out. Now, what I did with this first one, I did cut it out in white 110-pound cardstock, and I ran it through an embossing folder so it would have this beautiful dry embossing on it. And then and I'm going to tell you before I even cut it out, because you get the silhouette, the outside, which is just the silhouette, not the filigree work, I actually glued, not on this one because I was going to emboss just a portion of it, but on this one isn't embossed. It just has the designer paper in the front and the back. And because this is a digital paper that I bought, it doesn't have embossing in front and back. So I glued the 2 pieces of paper together, and then I put my die on it and ran it through. That way my pieces were already adhered together. So that's what I did for the base. On this one, I did cut them separate because one piece I wanted to emboss, and then the inside I didn't want to emboss. So that's why I did these separate. And after I had done that, then I got the designer paper that I wanted. And to get this to cut out, I had to use both pieces. I had to use the outline, the silhouette, and then the intricate filigree piece together. And all I did was I turned them upside down, kind of centered them where they needed to be, and and I added washi tape to keep them together. And then I ran it through the machine, both of them already adhered together and on the piece of paper. So that's what I did there. And then, hi everybody. Y'all hear her?
I'm being noisy.
I've been giving her the look, guys, because she's making noise.
Y'all know that look, mamas.
And y'all know the mama look. Anyway, I was trying to be good. See, I was behaving before she came and corrupted me. Anyway, then I cut the filigree piece, and I did cut it out twice because this is printed paper, and I wanted it to be a little bit more sturdy because of the intricate cut. Sometimes that tends to weaken your paper, so I did cut it out twice and layered them together. And I do have on this one, I have a little bit of dimension in between in this oval piece. Now, what I did for this one, hold on, let me grab ribbon really quick. What I did for that one, I wanted to show you that you could use it to make a tag. You could use it just as a tag, or you could make a belly band, because when I glued the center, I didn't glue the edges. So I'm able to slip a piece of ribbon through it to either make it a tag, or if I wanted to turn it into a belly band, I could do that, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So let's say I wanted to turn this into a belly band, and I wanted to add this sentiment to it. And let me get the little glue dot right here. I have a repositional glue dot that I'm using here that my friend Nisha gifted me, and I love it because this is one of those glue dots that do come off. So I'm going to move over here so you can see what I'm doing. I just put the repositional glue dot there in the center, and then I'm going to center this where it's supposed to go. And let's say it's glued on, like typically I would glue it on, but because I'm just showing you and I want to be able to remove it and put it back and give the recipient the option to do whatever they want with it. So I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to remove the little magnetic frame that I have on there. So let's say I wanted to make a belly band out of this. I would take the piece, and then I would come across to the other side and run the piece, the ribbon on this side. And then you could cut it and glue it wherever you needed it to be. You could use any type of stretchy material, or you could tighten this after you put it on your projects. So let's say I wanted it here on my project. After I have it on here, I would be able to just tighten it up, cinch it in, however tight I wanted it to be. Let's say I wanted it there. I'm just gonna tuck this in, hopefully somewhere where it's not so noticeable. Let's just tuck it in. So now it becomes a belly band for my project, because it does have the openings on either end, and I didn't glue it down to the silhouette piece because I wanted to, for whoever receives it, to be able to either use it as a tag, use it as, this would make an amazing card front. You could use it as a belly band. So there's, it's really, you're only limited to your imagination. And like I said, I love the fact that it's very versatile. It wouldn't be one of my videos if the dogs weren't fighting in the background. It just wouldn't be. Anyway, this is another thing, like I said, that you could do with it. You could turn it into a belly band, and I love the way this looks. So I'm going to remove it from here, and let's pop this one back on, and let's open it up. Now in here, in the first page, I wanted to add my little tags in here. Look at how nice this is as a belly band. Isn't that beautiful? And then just add something else to it, whether it be a butterfly or a little bird or whatever you wanted to add to it, or flowers. It wouldn't matter, but like I said, you could use it for so many things. But I just left this piece of ribbon out so I could share that with you. And let me put this back where it goes, because I want whoever gets this to be able to do whatever they want. And like I said, these glue dots that I'm using were gifted to me by my friend Nisha, and they really are repositional. These do not rip the paper. And let me share with you what that looks like, what the package looks like. And I'm not sure, I imagine you can find it in any craft store, but it's these right here. And then it does say removes easily, removable dots. So I really like these. Um, so I wanted a place where I could put and I was kind of just playing around with different papers that I had. I wanted to find a spot where I didn't want to tuck the tags into the pockets that I have in here. Because they kind of fall all the way down, and it would be hard to get them out unless I had them in some kind of bag that was taller. So I decided to just make a little pocket here, and what I did is I printed the paper, my digital paper on vellum paper, and made this little beautiful vellum pocket. It printed out beautifully. And then I just added a little strip of lace here, and I added a little dragonfly here that I've been playing with. It's like 3 layers here. So I just kind of been messing around. Again, this is just a pocket to house the tags that I created. And of course, I'll put this one back in there because whoever receives it, I'm sure can do anything. But look at how beautiful this is. And this is the foil paper by Tonic Studio because it's very thick and sturdy. And I love the way it cuts out, and it still doesn't lose. It doesn't become too flimsy like other papers because Tonic Studio their paper is kind of thick. So anyway, that's what I created for this first one. And then I used this little piece right here. These are it's still from the same die set. And it is to create this one with the holes around it. I had to use these two again. I turned them upside down, and I just kind of centered them, and I used a piece of washi tape to tape them together. That way I could run them through and cut them in whatever paper I wanted to cut them in. And then I had to look for some sentiments that would fit inside the inner ring, but because it does have an inner oval ring that is a little bit smaller, and I wanted for my sentiment to fit in there. So I was kind of limited to what I could use because most sentiments, or the ones that I really wanted to use, were bigger than that. So I decided to just go ahead and just try different ones, to see whatever I had that would fit. So after I did the oval one, the outer one with the intricate, the cutout and the solid, then I used the smaller oval and cut this out, and I stamped it afterwards. I didn't stamp it before and then line it up, but you could. It wasn't very difficult. So these are the two that I created doing that, and then I added just a couple little rhinestones on this one. I didn't add anything on this one. I just left it plain because of the metallic gold die cut that's behind it. It's got a lot of pop to it. And then this one right here, I used an LDRS die, and I will share with you which one that is. Here is the item number on the LDRS die, and it's not very big, and it's a 3-piece, so I only used the 2 bigger pieces. The little one, I didn't use it for anything because it would cover up my sentiment, and I didn't want to use that. So that's what you see right here, the outer piece and then the inner piece, and I did add some bling to it, and it says find the glimmer of hope. And I will share with you where the dragonfly came from and the sentiment on these two right here. They came from this Technic Tuesday stamp set. And I did get this on Etsy, but I'm sure other people sell it. So just Google it. I'm sure you can find it. And I think they do have several different styles with different sentiments. But this is the one that I purchased. And I couldn't find a die for the dragonflies. They do have them, but I'm not sure which one it is. So I didn't get a die for it, but I had another die that I used. But anyway, these are the sentiments. It's beautiful, just the way you are. This is one of the first ones that I really wanted to put as a sentiment, but it was a tad too big, and it was going to cut off a little bit. So I didn't want to do that. And then this one says, take this moment and make it perfect. Chase your dreams. Do small things with great love. Find the glimmer of hope. Be the reason someone smiles today, and let your spirit soar. So that's the one that I use. And again, I am going to use other ones because I want to fill up this page in the front and also in the back with sentiments. That way they have plenty to choose from. I want to do like a thank you. I want to do like a birthday, just different ones where no matter what the occasion, the recipient will be able to put a tag together real quick, or a belly band or a card or whatever they want to do with it. But anyway, that's all I did today, and I wanted to share it with you. And like I said, if you're following along with me, just, it does, you don't have to use the exact same thing that I use. Whatever you have, I just went through my stash, things that I have bought, things that people have sent me, and that's what I used. And as far as the dies, the same thing. Any layering stamp, that a die that you have that's small enough to that you can add to a card or a tag, that's not so big but small enough, and you can add a sentiment to it, then use that. Use whatever you have. And if you do decide to follow along and you make some of these things, I would love it if you would share it with me. Just let me know, and I would definitely hop on over to your channel and check it out. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone is having a great day, and God bless. Bye.